Hi everyone, how are you all? This is Kalerisi Abhilash, an artist and founder of Kala Fine Arts. Today I'm going to give you some tips on the pencils that you can use for drawing. Okay, what are the right pencils for, especially for children, which they can use for drawing. Let's understand what are the best pencils available for children for drawing. But before that, we have to understand the terms which are written on these pencils. So you would have seen a lot of times like HB written on the pencil. Some of the pencils you would have seen B or like 2B, or HB, like this. Yeah, let me tell you what does these terms mean. So H basically stands for hardness of the pencil and lightness of the pencil. Okay, so H basically denotes how hard is my pencil as well as how light is my pencil going to be. So if I move from H to 2H to 3H like that, my pencil will start becoming harder as well as lighter. Okay. Then when we add B to this, B is basically how dark my pencil is, and this is not just dark, but it also denotes the smoothness of the pencil. Okay, so the moment you add B to H, so what happens? My pencil starts becoming slightly darker than H and also smooth. Okay, similarly from B to 2B to 3B, like that till maybe 10B, what will happen? My pencil will not only become darker, but it will also start becoming smoother and smoother. Okay, so for children, what I suggest is we need a pencil which is not very dark, but at the same time it should not be very hard as well. So a lot of time when I suggest people to get a light pencil for children, they kind of go for these H pencils which are very hard and leaves mark on the pencil, on the paper. So go for 2B, or maybe the next best option could be B. 2B is also good, but I will not recommend 2B for say children below say 8 years. Okay, because even 2B gets a little darker. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the pencils that I have here. So this is an HB, and any pencils, Natraj, your Apsara, Stedler, Domes, all are fine. Just look out for these terms on the pencils. Okay, so this is an HB. So if you see, this is, see, for drawing purposes, if you see, this is dark enough, and it is not very light also. And if I rub it, see, it doesn't leave any marks on the pencil. Okay, then we have, this is B, this is Stedler's B, and also see the darkness and lightness also depends from brand to brand. Like a Stedler, like a HB of a Stedler may be different from Natraj or an Apsara. Okay, so you have to if you have to compare, you have to compare. So now that we have understood the terminologies, that are written on the pencil. So which pencils are good for children for drawing? So we need a pencil which is not very dark, and it is also not very hard. Okay, it should be a little smoother for them to enjoy that drawing process. So I recommend children to draw lightly, because children often erase their drawings. So we need a pencil which is easily erasable, which is neither too dark nor too light, as well as smooth. So my choice would be HB, because HB is lighter as well as little smoother. Okay, so let me just show you. Or just B is also fine. Okay, so this is an HB. So which brands, if you ask me, any brand is okay, from Natraj to Apsara or Stedler or Domes. Just look out for these terms. Okay, so this is an HB. So see, it's smoother, okay, and not very dark also. And this is easily erasable too. Okay, when you erase these marks of these pencils, it doesn't leave any mark on the pencil, on the paper. Let me also show you B. Generally, when you buy pencils separately and not as a set, you get HBs and you don't really get Bs. This is a B. So this is again not very dark and also smooth and easily erasable. Okay, so why I do not recommend H. You will say that why can't we go for even lighter pencil than this? H, though lighter than this, what happens with H is when I see, this is little hard when I'm drawing. I mean, you'll have to feel the pencil to be able to understand what I'm saying. So this is a little harder when I draw. And also when children draw with this, they do repeated strokes, and if they go even little darker with this, what happens is, I'll just erase it and I'll show you. So it is lighter, but it still leaves mark on the paper, and this becomes a big problem when they actually color it. So let's say if I have to color this, let me just color this with just something. So you see, now I'm not really using a color here, but the same thing will happen with color as well. So you see, if I'm coloring, the places where they have used those H pencils and they have erased, it kind of leaves the mark, and in those places the color doesn't seep in. I'll just zoom it and show it to you. Can you see all those marks? Can you see all those marks that are there? So while coloring, children face a lot of problem with this. So that's why I do not recommend H pencils. Okay, and we had used a lot of HBs and all, and this didn't happen. This is especially for the H pencil that I had used. Okay, so that is why for children I would suggest that you go for HB or B, especially for children below say 8 years. Okay, for children who are above 8 years, say 9 to 12 years, you can still go for a 2B pencil, because 2B is slightly darker, but the advantage of this pencil is that it is a lot smoother than your HB and Bs. Okay, so while drawing with strokes and all, the smoothness of the pencil kind of really helps in drawing. The only thing is, this pencil is advisable when the kid has already learned to draw lightly. Okay, when the kid has already learned how to move the pencil, how to draw lightly with pencil, then they can go with the 2B pencils. Okay, so yeah, so that's about the best pencils that the children can use for drawing. Thank you.